seeing out of either of these two teams. But Tristan Jacob is going to take the slot of A Sharp now. So we've seen our first actual swap in any of the picks so far.
Yeah, we see double mirrors coming out for Grip Warrior and Mitter. Might be preferring some of these patterns on the offhand. Definitely one of the maps where it might be preferred, especially once you get into the more mini-jack oriented patterns in this map.
Absolutely, but we have a little bit of a simpler opening. We saw a little bit of a drop in accuracy from Grip Warrior and Tristan Jacob, which gives the United Kingdom a little bit of an early advantage, but not by a whole lot. Regardless, both of these teams should have no trouble getting up to that 400 combo mark. So misses shouldn't be too much of an issue until we start getting into those mini-jack patterns, like you said. And the accuracy lead staying somewhat in favor of the United Kingdom, but it is so close that any mistakes can start to sway that lead in one team's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like us being able to say that 99.87 is the lowest accuracy in the lobby is a testament once again to the level of performance both teams are putting out right now. It is the slimmest of margins, and I feel like the real battle is going to be between Mitter and Eliminate right now going into the second third of the map. Both of them top scoring for their respective countries, but you would imagine that Eliminate might have a bit of an advantage given how comfortable they are with jacks and mini jacks in general.
Absolutely no combo breaks coming in up to this point, but it looks like the United Kingdom is holding on to an accuracy lead, unlike what was going on in Formidable Enemy. No major issues happening from any players, but Tristan Jacob just falling a bit behind the other players in terms of accuracy. Mitter holding on with Eliminate, Grip Warrior, and Zubin matching with each other. It's just that 0.1% of difference that's making a score lead in the side of the United Kingdom between Tristan Jacob and Ting Momentum for this map up to this point. But we still have the hardest material of the chart to get to, especially once we hit that final quarter with the very, very intrusive mini-jag patterns compared to the rest of the patterns.
Yeah, like this one right here. Not the most assuming, but can definitely take you for a bit of a ride if you start any of them off on the wrong foot. It looks like I already managed to survive that going into the last third of the map, and here comes some of the hardest parts of this map. Can definitely see some chokes happening here if the players aren't too careful going into it. And right now the United Kingdom still holding on to this lead, but it is by the slimmest of margins right now. Any 200 counts on these bursts could spell the end for the run. Oh, and there's the drop from Eliminate!
The first miss that's going to give the lead straight to the United States, but we still have the last quarter to go. The most difficult patterns here with the mini-jacks coming in now. We're going to need to see some misses from the United States to swing this back, but it's looking good. But that's Tristan Jacob with a miss, too. It trades back the miss from Eliminate. That's going to go closer to the United Kingdom as Eliminate starts hitting that 400 combo mark. But Grip Warrior is going to find another miss, and that's going to get the score squarely in the United Kingdom's favor.
Oh, it was looking good for the United States for just a moment, but both those misses coming at the very end of the chart. There's not a lot of time left, and it looks like it's going to be squarely in favor of the United Kingdom unless they find any drops to slate on the map, but I don't think there's enough time.
Okay. And that's a third breakpoint in a row to start off this match. The United Kingdom taking their second point in the match, and it's going to be their own pick to hopefully get themselves an actual own point to back you up. Definitely can go for that kind of switch.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you alluded to a very important point. Composure is going to be the name of the game as these two teams get deeper and deeper into this match. Who can hold their nerve and who can resist getting frustrated at the results? You've given away 2 breakpoints, but you have to keep your head about you as you contest these picks. You still have an opportunity to take advantage of what has been given to you. And as they make their way into Kazuga, it'll be up to the United States to be the ones to try and capitalize on these breakpoints that have been occurring so far this match.
Yeah, just coming out of the intro, it looks like Grip Warrior's falling a bit behind everyone else in terms of accuracy, so United Kingdom should have a slight lead. A Sharp and Eliminate staying on par with each other, and Zubin and Mitter matching each other. It's just that tiny difference between Ting Momentum and Grip Warrior, but Ting Momentum finds a little bit of an accuracy drop, and that should be the United States with that lead now as we start to get into a bit of a break.
Yeah, second, third of the map upcoming, and again, it is the slimmest of margins on these rice picks. You cannot afford to find a Russia 300. You cannot afford to drop a single 200, let alone a break. A break is fatal, and the fact that we are saying that this far into the tournament, we're already in semifinals, and the fact that you are still not allowed to break on any of these maps is ridiculous, if I do say so myself.
Oh, it absolutely is ridiculous, and we're starting to see Mitter kind of take over that accuracy lead in that matchup against Zubin, and Ting Momentum, having had that accuracy drop, strengthens the lead for the United States, but we're still within a couple of 200s worth of points here as we get into the final chorus, where the density starts to pick up and the patterns get a little bit more awkward in certain spots. We'll have to see if the players are able to hold onto their composure. So far, the United States doing a very good job. Ting dropping just a little bit more accuracy again, and that's going to strengthen the lead even further. But that density is going to start picking up even more in just a second here.
Last sliver of map left to go. It is do or die time for the United States. If they want to try and take advantage of the breakpoint that has been given to them, now is the time. The United Kingdom doing everything in their power, but it doesn't seem like the accuracies are catching up to match. And as the map ends,
that's a six-way FC. The United States just barely holding on to that lead in 5.
Yep, and as we get everybody loaded in, it's going to be very interesting to see. Okay, am I thinking this right? A Nomad from the United Kingdom, a full mirror squad from the United States.
Were the entire United States on mirror last, like yesterday when they played? I actually don't know.
Imagine picking up Mind Block inside of 12 hours.
Yeah, crazy stuff if that's the case. But regardless, we're getting into this map, starting off with the more long jack heavy section. Looks like the United Kingdom might just be able to take, at least keep themselves together here, but 399.9s in this intro so far, but no misses. Should fare pretty well for both teams until we start getting into the more dense patterns that are a lot trickier to hold combo onto.
Yeah, this introduction is just a primer, and Ting finds the first break here very early on in the map, but everybody just crossed that 400 combo cap, so it's really going to start doing some damage as everybody starts to get full credit for their judgments here. Ting going to be lagging a little bit behind to try and make their score known here.
Yeah, the overall accuracy favoring the United States as well. Eliminate doing their best to stay above everyone, but Newson just a little bit behind Mitter, and Ting Momentum, especially with that miss, is going to hold on just a little bit behind the both A Sharp and Mitter in this scenario as we start to get closer to that second, third, and we haven't seen any other combo breaks from anyone, despite the more brutal bursts and jacks starting to come in.
Yeah, it's really just once those bursts start to pick up, you start transitioning in and out of them from rolls into those mini jacks, and it's very hard to keep track of everything. 5 players, basically everybody making through that section relatively unscathed. It is still just that miss from Ting making all the difference here going into the back half of the map.
Absolutely, and we're getting a little bit more of the isolated patterns in this, a little bit more of a break outside of those long jacks that are still present. And here we go into the more bursty and core jacky kind of patterns throughout this ending, as we still see 3 full combos on the side of the United States, but that is going to be cursed as A Sharp finds a break in that, a break in the break, and that's going to be 2 FCs to 2. The accuracy advantage, the only thing keeping the United States afloat right now.
Yeah, absolutely. A relatively clean drop, but that one's a lot messier from A Sharp, and now the lead starts to shrink just a little bit. It brings the United Kingdom back into contention here going to the last set of the map. A Sharp needs to get back up with that 400 combo cap very quickly and recover that accuracy as best as they can. Still in that 99.7 range, still above Ting Momentum, but that extra miss is going to hand the lead over to the United Kingdom going into the last quarter.
Absolutely hitting the 400 combo mark just now as A Sharp has this lead, but Eliminate finds a second drop for the United Kingdom, and that's going to be 2 full combos to 1 in favor of the United States on top of that accuracy lead, and that lead just skyrocketed a bit for the United States off of that, and that was not the cleanest miss. Eliminate having had the highest accuracy, but A Sharp's going to trade that right back, and the United Kingdom might be able to take the lead off of that.
It remains to be seen. The accuracies from Grip Warrior and Mitter are keeping the United Kingdom at bay, but Newson finding a massive drop down into the 99.6 range in line with A-Sharp. Another couple.
That's another one. That's 0 full combos on the United Kingdom now to the 2 from Grip Warrior and Mitter as we get into the final patterns, and it looks like United States is just going to eke out their own point and bring it to match point in this match.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing how fast things can turn when you start getting those clean runs in, and the United States makes it